Welcome back to Bible and Blues. I planned on doing some music today. This is my last day of vacation before I have to go back to my regular 9 to 5 job. I'm gonna take the stupid Bluetooth out of my ear because it's rather pretentious. And I plan on doing some music because I've been practicing on the Dorian scale some and backing tracks. I want to learn what's called jazz rock fusion. I want to learn how to do that, and it's a really cool way of playing, and everything. But then I was being lazy, which is the whole point of this particular vacation, staycation they call it. And so something came across my Facebook, and political memes are all over the place. I freely admit, I used to be somebody that would post political memes and not check things out at all, not look at, and I had somebody actually kind of point out, hey, you're wrong. This is not factual. This is not true. And after 2 or 3 times of this same person doing this, I was like, oh, geez, I'm not helping the situation, am I? So, yeah, she was right. She was right. I had to stop doing that, and so I stepped out of the fray of politics, political posting and stuff like that on Facebook, and never been much on Twitter. And so, this whole election came about. Everybody knows this was a nasty election. This was a nasty one. And we didn't have any good choices, really. Some people will say that Hillary was the best candidate out there. Some will say Donald Trump was the best candidate. I don't think either one was very good. But we got what we got. The good news is that no one president is ever, been just, we don't have a king. We don't have a monarchy. We have a constitutional republic, which is why we have things like the Electoral College. And we also have things like a Senate, a House of Representatives, a judiciary branch. Okay. And so I'm not living in fear like some people are. Donald Trump's not my personal choice. He's what we have. I'm going to say the same thing about him that I said about President Obama when President Obama was elected in 2008. He's what we have. Let's give him a chance. And, I know a lot of people on the right are never willing to give him a chance. So, anyway, the big news these days is, among other things, you have the Russian thing, the Benghazi thing, you have this thing and that thing, and fake news, which is Facebook is going to clamp down on fake news, and they're going to use Snopes. Hear what happened about Snopes recently? The husband and wife team, and it turns out that, okay, I'm not going to check it out yourself because I don't have a credible news source to verify it. So when I do, I'll make sure I let you know about that one. But check it out yourself. It's kind of entertaining. Reasonably saying, I'm not going to trust Snopes as the end all be all of fact checking anymore. Well, never did. But there you go. So anyway, yes, I do love my Mariners. I love my Seahawks, but that's not politics. That's sports. And other people can talk to you about sports. So So what happened here was, I'm going to show you. Hang on a minute here. So I did a screenshot here of just what I'm talking about here. Is just your basic Benghazi email, issue here. And this one, you look at this title. Trey Gowdy admits faking Clinton emails to make her look guilty. Okay. Now, there's little debate in whether this was an incredible, huge cost to do this whole Senate Judiciary Committee thing that Trey Gowdy did. But I'm looking at this, and it says right there, Trey Gowdy admits faking Clinton emails to make her look guilty. This is from some place called liberalamerica.org. Okay. You can see I took the time to get rid of all the names of all my friends on Facebook and the person that this actually came from, because I'll be honest, I actually like the guy for the most part. I mean, he's one of those people, y'all have those y'all. You have those Facebook friends that are maybe they have something else in common, but you probably never met them. Odds are against you actually ever meeting them. And this is one of these people. I mean, I don't dislike the guy. I don't disrespect the guy. I actually do respect him. But there it is. And so he's a liberal. He's obviously he's definitely leans left. And he posts this kind of stuff all the time. But I also want to point out liberalamerica.org. And you'll see right down there under my names, check your source. That's all I'm saying. Check your source, because I did a little checking. I did, if you look at the top there, it shows that I did this Google thing. Okay, so hang on, just because for some reason it draws the whole blanking out thing, I'm going to pause it and bring up the next screen. Okay, because I don't want anybody exposed that doesn't want to be exposed. Okay, so here we are on the next page. I just did a screenshot here of this to do it. But I just check your source. And he's like, Trey Gowdy wasted millions on Benghazi hearings. And he knew beforehand there was nothing, only for political gain. He is a low-life snake who sullies the office. So, and I did it. I mean, you can actually see on the top of the screenshot, right there, that second tab, did Trey Gowdy admit? I Googled Trey Gowdy, okay? There was absolutely nothing on any credible news source. CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, even MSNBC. And the reason I throw in things like MSNBC is because, let's face it, that's going to be a site that he's probably going to pay more attention to. At question is not whether he wasted money on this. At question is the clickbait, the fake news headline that he shared. Okay? His response, we live in a post-fact era. After 8 years of unceasing GOP lies, cite some, please. They deserve what they get, especially tools like Trey Gowdy. Trey Gowdy is anything but a tool. Trey Gowdy is a very intelligent person. I would actually put him up against virtually anybody out there. And I'm not going to debate whether he's a tool or not, because he quite seriously is not. So my response, I see. So your argument is that now liberals get to post fake news. Look at his response there. It's right there. It's whether it was race motivated or just done in an effort to win. They changed the rules of the game. They did not change the rules of the game. The game's right there. The game's always been there. Democrats have been playing dirty politics for years, and so have Republicans. I'm not exonerating anybody in this, but it's always been like that. It's just now there's just so much more access to it. Now we see so much more of it. Okay. And so, so now it's so much more in the forefront and we see it. So the whole argument in this is that now they get to play and have the fake news. Now they get to do fake news. All right, hang on a minute here. We're going to get rid of this. So my point in this is not necessarily to pull out an argument about Trey Gowdy and the emails and Benghazi, all that. I mean, we can argue that until the cows come home, to be honest. My whole point is the fact that, fake news is going to continue. And now it's going to be heavily on the coming from the left. There's going to be a whole lot of people sitting there saying, I don't like how things went, so now just because it's not true, I'm going to hit the clickbait stuff now. Which I argued with people on the right about that. I just didn't have a channel at the time. And so anyway, hopefully, I don't know how much of this I'm going to go through. There's a lot of memes out there that just torque me off. And so I think I might make it kind of a regular thing to a certain extent. At the same time, there's only so much of this I can take. But I want to get back to music. I think I'll even do a whole nother video yet today just on music, just to clear my head. And if you're into music, that's great. If you're not into music, try getting into music. Guitar is actually pretty easy to learn, to get started on. And there's all kinds of great sources out there to try to learn to learn your guitar on. And so say guitar is not your thing. It's a keyboard. Keyboard's a little more complicated, but that's okay. Mouth harp, come on, something, anything. Mouth harp actually is really cool. Anyway, so if you see something out there, tell me what you think. Let me know. Is there a post out there, right, left, doesn't matter to me really, because I lean right, but I'm a relatively down the middle kind of guy nowadays. Now it's going to be a shock to some people, but that know me. But I'm a relatively down the middle kind of guy. So what do you see? What do you see out there? What kind of fake stuff do you see out there? What do you think is real? Do you double check before you repost a meme? Do you see something that's really clickbaity, and do you post it back out there without checking on it? Do you check on it? Do you take a look and see what happens? What's going on? Is this whether it's real or not? Do you even do a quick Google search? I expect, kind of gone are the days that even the big NBC, CBS, and ABC barely even check stuff. Have you seen what the Young Turks do? They don't even know what's going on when they show up on the stage, do they? Thank God they're not mainstream. Anyway, there's people on the right that do the exact same thing. And do you speak out against it? Do you talk to people on both sides and sit there and say, maybe you ought to take a look because I don't want you to make my side look bad, because I tend to lean right, and so I don't want you. I want you to be somewhat responsible for what you post on the internet. Because I feel somewhat responsible for what you post on the internet. Hey, let me know what you think.